Hey everyone, to the front of you, I have come here for sharing and for reciting some significant points related from a part of English speaking and some more advanced points I will have in this. So, my all friend, please you must watch this video as far as that video concept exactly will be magnified by me as much as that will be exactly hyperbolized by me. You keep on watching. I'm just saying to friends, many of the friends have lots of EP in speaking. Why all of the if that is coming in all of your minds, and why many of the friends are stuck in speaking, why you start to speak of all those kinds of the thing with willy-nilly, with what silly sally, and why you are hobbled in talking. I'm just saying to you, if like this silly sally whether dilly dally it's going in your mind, then you have to care kinda. If you'll follow kinda, I'm just saying to you that everything will be improved. I'm not talking about that somewhat improving. I'm talking here wholesomely improving. If forthrightly everything you will care, definitely our speaking will be like of drastic. And if you not care about that throughout, then really speaking it will come out like of intermittent way. So I'm just saying to you, you have not to speak like of intermittent. You have not to speak like of any hesitation way. You have to speak barely. You have to speak precisely. If our mind will be fully consistency in speaking. Suppose that right now I have discussed of any what points in the previous time, and about that, if I will exactly what recall, I will remember, and after remembering that, if I will want to exactly have to each another, then how can we have very well of all those kinds of the point in English to English? That is just depending in our thinking. If you will musing about of all those kinds of a thing, really our thinking process that will be boosted, that will be enhanced. And if you not want to evolve upward thinking process, then spontaneously that is not to be evolved in all of your minds. If you are wanting to evoke of all those kinds of a thing, whether that is your what Hindi speaking, whether that is your English speaking, whether more any other linguals, it is the front of you. About of that, if you want to improve, if you want to rectify, then definitely you will have to consider all those kinds of points inwardly. If you will not follow secretly, you will not be able to have all those kinds of a thing very well. So always you think to yourself that right now what kinds of the work have I done. Suppose that right now I have sitting here for reading of any what newspaper. Then newspaper exactly you find out of that in heading of that newspaper what kinds of the thing has been written and what kinds of the things exactly it is depicting in that newspaper, and whatever point that has been what depicted, all those kinds of things you will have to get carefully, you will have to follow that mindfully. If you will have any words glossary problems, if you have any what sentences problem, all those kinds of thing you can improve after reading of any newspaper. And if you don't have any newspaper, then exactly you give up that, exactly you remove that. I'm not saying you please every day you buy newspaper and you sit for reading of any newspaper. I'm saying to you, you read even of any books of English which you have. That book you read mindfully. If any words in that book that will become to you which you don't know, even that kinds of the words significance you will have to find out from any what vocabulary, and after finding that you will have to know about the meaning of that words which you are not knowing in the previous time. About of that, if you will do like this continually, if you will practice consistently, I'm just saying to you, you will be able to know of all those kinds of the points, whatever you are not knowing. So please, you care about it. You do not think to yourself that I will do since. Whatever you have to do, you do right now. If you will care all those kinds of the thing successively, if you will do of all those kinds of things with carefully, all those kinds of the points really that will be spoken by you like of respectively. Hence, if you think of that, this is any what like of somehow points. This is like of any what archie points. I would not like to talk about that matter. If you will bring up inside of the mind, then really you will not be able to talk. Always you be careful, be discreetful the back of those which you are wanting to get. If you will keep the mind the back of that, definitely you will be able to get. Suppose that right now any story it is going in my mind, then how can I speak stately of all those kinds of the point in English to English. About that, I'm just saying to you. Right now, I'm thinking about of one Thirsty Crow. Thirsty Crow, I think many more friends may be knowing. How we can speak of all those kinds of sentences narrowly? How can we speak of all those kinds of sentences expansively? You please, let's come to me and start to listen carefully. I'm just going to tell to you about this. Then, what is there? There is a crow, and that crow was flying in the sky. Ha!